Now let me show you the poses that are very effective for mental clarity because they bring us into the moment, they require focus, so they activate our focus and attention mechanisms in a way that other poses don't do as much. These are the balancing poses. So we're gonna start with the easy ones. Oh, that mosquito times. So easy one is the easiest and the most famous is the tree pose. So find your balance on one leg, lift the other leg, bring your feet on the inner thigh or even a little lower, but don't push your knee out of alignment. Try to find a place that's comfortable above or below the knee. And inhale, reach the hands up to the sky, keeping your balance. And exhale, hands to heart. Can you do this while following the movement of your hands? See where you are today. Some days we have more balance than other days. So just experiment with it. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale, hands to heart. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more and you test your flexibility, see if you can do the prayer position behind your back while you keep your balance. And try to find stillness here. Keep connected to the breath. And if you stumble and fall, make it part of the dance and get back to the posture. It really helps when you feel the pressure under the four corners of the feet. You feel your feet pushing against the ground in a very balanced manner. You need to feel the weight distributed on the surface of the feet. That way you know that the feet is totally engaged and your leg's going to be engaged. Now relax your hands. Let's do the other side. Inhale, lift your hands up, your leg. Place your foot on the inner thigh of the other leg. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open the arms, reach up to the sky, look up, follow the movement. And exhale, watch your hands coming down. One more time. Inhale, open the arms, reach up to the sky. And exhale, bring the hands down as you slowly keep watching your hands, not me falling. And then let's do the prayer pose behind the back if that's accessible to you. And if not, just find your most comfortable tree pose and stand in stillness, connected with your breath. Beautiful. Inhale, release. The other balance pose that I really like and that is much more activating for the whole body, so it's also a body workout while you're doing the balancing and bringing your focus and activating your attention mechanisms, is the warrior three. So for warrior three, we will find balance on one leg, push the other leg forward, extend the arms in front of you, or you can keep them in a prayer position. This is more easy, this is more challenging. You can also do the airplane with your hands extended, arms extended by your side. So choose your option and then balance on one leg and lift the other leg, keeping it straight, and see how far you can go. And if you managed with a prayer position, you can try the airplane, or you can try the full warrior three pose. You can bend slightly the knee here, it will give you more control, because if you keep your knee locked, then you don't have as much control over your other muscles in the leg to keep your balance. So a slight bend in the knee will help you with the focus. And try to stay connected with your breath, feeling the expansion, like your leg is pushing forward, backwards, and your arms are pushing forward. As you inhale and as you exhale, feel yourself rooted, connected to the ground. Beautiful. On the next inhale, come back to standing, and let's do the other leg. Inhale, reach up with your arms or keep them in prayer position. And on the exhale, hinge forward, lift the leg, and come into your balance. Prayer hands, airplane hands, or warrior three completely. And feel the expansion from the ground into your extended leg, flying leg, and into your flying hands. You're like Superman here. And with the exhale, find relaxation, find ease in the posture. As you stay connected, try to keep your breath slow and deep so it supports you in the pose. And on the next inhale, come back and relax. Beautiful. Okay, next up, let's do some core activation with the eagle pose. I love the eagle pose because it has a symbolism in it. Because the eagle rises above the clouds. When it gets attacked by a crow, instead of fighting against the crow, the eagle flies above, flies over the clouds as far as possible into the sky, because you know what happens then? The crow cannot breathe anymore. The eagle flies so high up in the sky to where oxygen is rare and the crow cannot make it up there. So sometimes instead of fighting something, we just should rise above it, okay? So, little story time is over. Let's get to work. So how do we do the eagle pose? Let's first come into our chair pose. So bending the knee, you should be able to see your toes above. You should be able to see your finger toes from above, okay? So your knees shouldn't go too far to the front, just at the height where you can still see your toes. And then lift your arms in extension with the back, aligned with the back. And then we will bring the right leg above the left leg and the right arm under the left arm, and try to curl them into each other, okay? See how far you can go. It can be just this, or you can go further. And place your thumb in the middle of your eyes, in the middle of the eyebrows, and find stillness in this pose. Stay here for 3 deep, mindful breaths. And exhale, release. Let's do the other side. Inhale, come into your warrior, and inhale, come into your chair pose. And then left leg comes over the right leg. See if you can complete the spiral around your right shin with your left foot. And then left arm under the right arm, and spiral them into each other as much as you can. Okay. Stay connected to the breath. Deep inhales, slow exhales. Try to find the stillness between effort and surrender to the pose. That's it. 3 balancing poses for mental clarity. You can combine those poses with other sequences that we saw. Usually we do the balancing after the warrior sequence, after the standing poses, before moving onto the ground to do the seated positions and prone positions. Inversions are also great and beneficial for enhancing mental clarity and bringing in about focus. We did not practice them today, but you can train on, even if you can't do the headstand, for example, you can train for it. So let's interlace the fingers and create a small pocket here on the ground. Place your elbows one arm length away from each other. So hold your elbows and then find this alignment, find the right length. And then you're going to place your head on the ground, and this is going to be like a cushion on the side of the head. So this is where I'm going to put my head, but actually the contact of pressure is between my head and the mat. This is just a support to the other part of my head. Okay? And from here we're gonna lift the knees off the ground and push the hips back as much as you can. You should feel your core activated. You feel your arms activated. And if you feel comfortable, you can push yourself into headstand, or you can just simply stay here, okay? Feel the activation in your arms, feel the activation in your belly. You can even feel activation in the quadriceps. So to summarize, yoga for mental clarity, we really have to work on the mental layer to get that clarity. The physical aspect of yoga of course helps, and there are some recommended poses like the balancing poses, the twisting and inversions. These are great for enhancing our focus, but everything in yoga enhances our focus. You remember, yoga is an active meditation. Meditation is an attentional training. You train your attention. Of course, if you have a well-trained attention, then you have focus. So yeah, this is not a magic pill on the days where we have a mental chaos. We're gonna do some mental clarity yoga and then be completely clear. No, there's a lot of work to be done on the mental layer. So resolving the issues that caused the chaos in our mind. And yoga in general helps develop focus, helps develop clarity by having a consistent practice. We are training our attention in a way that allows us to maintain mental clarity and overcome situations where there is a mental chaos, there is an emotional overwhelm, the situation in the outside circumstances in the world is crazy. So there will be situations where we lose clarity, but as long as we are mindful and we are paying attention and we have attention mechanisms that are well trained through consistent practice, then we are more easily out of the cloud and out of the storm and back into peace whenever we need it. So yeah, I hope this helps. Congratulations on completing day 4 and see you tomorrow. Bye.